The wait is finally over. High school football is back here in Northwest Ohio. And of course, that means the return of, you got it, Big Board Friday. Our 33rd season, if you can believe that. So let's take a look at the games we'll be covering tonight to help kick off the season. We begin in the Northern Lakes League with Perrysburg making the short trip south to Bowling Green, Dirk Connor's old stomping grounds, and he brings back a ton of talent. 15 combined starters bodes well for the Jackets this season. And for the Bobcats, well, they got shut out 64-0 in this meeting last year, so they're just looking to get points on the board and be more competitive to help kick off this 2026 campaign. Then at Whitmer, it'll be Justin Keller beginning his second season at the helm of the Panthers program. He is on the opposite end of the spectrum. He lost a ton of talent, 16 combined starters removed from last year's team, so a lot of new faces in new roles for Whitmer this season. But one bright spot is the running back position. That's because Jamon Holmes is back for his senior season. He, of course, is committed to Western Michigan University, so expect him to be a focal point in tonight's game and throughout the rest of the year. And speaking of their opponent, Reynoldsburg, their head coach, Jawan Armour, is back in Toledo. Of course, he is the former Central Catholic star and Cincinnati's Bengals safety from the early 2000s, so a bit of a homecoming for him as well. Cool to see him back in Toledo. Heading down to White House, a huge early test for Anthony Wayne as they welcome in the two-time defending state champions Bishop Watterson out of Columbus. Andy Brungard has said he's ready and excited for this challenge, as is his son, and who is also the quarterback, Porter. He begins his junior campaign and eager to see how he begins that in that environment with a great early test to begin the year. Over in Sylvania, the Battle of Sylvania is one of the greatest rivalries we have here in Northwest Ohio. Southview against Northview. Now, this one has been one-sided of late. Southview has won the last 4 meetings, and get this, since they moved the game from the end of the regular season to the beginning, the Cougars have outscored the Wildcats 116-0. Yes, 116-0. So, of course, Barry Bach and that Northview program looking to snap that trend and obviously be more competitive in Week 1. I believe this game should be Southview and Northview, another great matchup we have here in Week 1 to kick off the season. And heading over to Oregon, it'll be Clay opening up its year at home against the Wapakoneta Redskins. They, of course, have won 28 straight regular season games, so Clay will be looking to obviously avenge last year's loss in the season opener. That was 28-7, but also they have a ton of talent back for the Eagles as well. Their junior class, very heavy with skill, with Bryce Besgrove and then quarterback Lennon Eccleberry leading that Clay Eagles attack. And then shifting over to the Catholic High School League, Central Catholic opening up the year at home as well. They welcome in Trotwood Madison, who they haven't seen since 2017. But if you remember, they met each other every single season in the state semifinals, it seemed, and of course that 2012 state championship game as well. So a rivalry renewed, so to speak, between the Fighting Irish and the Trotwood Madison Rams. And then over at Waite High School, it'll be another rematch in Week 1 between St. Francis and the Waite Indians. St. Francis won this matchup 64-19 last year. And this game was supposed to be either at the Glass Bowl or LaValle Stadium, but St. Francis chose to not host this game, so they're going to be back at Waite for the second time in as many seasons. Let's head out to the Northwest Ohio Athletic League and obviously the Northern Buckeye Conference as well, because this is one of our featured games, and for good reason. This was a 33-28 ball game last year, and we expect a highly competitive game this season. It is Genoa heading to Archibald, two teams who were in the playoffs last year and had tremendous seasons, and get this, they bring back a ton of experience. Both quarterbacks are back. Both top weapons at receiver are back. This should be a great ball game again. We'll be hearing from the winner tonight of whoever wins that matchup. Then over the county line in Henry County, Liberty Center begins its title defense, being the only Northwest Ohio program to bring home a state championship last year. They begin the season opening up against Tenora, who they've shut out in each of the last 2 years. So expect the Tigers to get off to another good start and obviously try to keep their records going. They have a state record 35 home game winning streak and a 45 game regular season winning streak that they'll be putting on the line when they lace up the sneakers and put on the pads against the Rams. And continuing to head east back toward Toledo, Springfield and Maumee once again going to battle. This series has been competitive. These teams have split each of the last 4 meetings. Springfield, of course, sent a message last year, winning 42-14. Maumee will look to return the favor there in Holland. Let's head back out west, shall we? Because Defiance and Napoleon squaring off in one of the oldest rivalries in the state of Ohio. Of course, that is the River Rock that they are battling for. This series competitive as well. The last 2 meetings alone have both been decided by 1 single point, and the last time this game was in Napoleon, it went to overtime. So eager to see how these two square off to open the season. And speaking of rivalries, how about the Route 20 rivalry between Bellevue and Clyde? Both schools separated by less than 10 miles. You know, each community super prideful when it comes to this matchup, and of course it helped kick off the season and a great way to do it. These two met twice last year. Bellevue got Clyde both times, but the last meeting in the playoffs, that ended in overtime. So expect the Flyers, obviously, to seek some revenge. Expect the Redmen to come out and obviously get the season off to a good start, and showing last year was no fluke as well. And lastly, nearby in Tiffin, it'll be Columbian hosting Fremont Ross. This is a battle of first-year head coaches. Ryan Otney, of course, now leading the Tornadoes, and Ken Winter is coming back home. He is now the head coach of Fremont Ross. So excited to see that Week 1 battle shape up, because these two teams competitive as well. They've split each of the last 6 meetings. So there you have it. That is our list of games for week number 1. Should be an exciting night. Hopefully you guys can tune in and share the fun with me when it comes to reliving these highlights from all of our area games. Of course, don't forget Fan Cam. You can submit photos and videos from the games you were at, so be sure to submit those to us. You could be on the show tonight, and obviously we'll reveal our play of the night as well. I'm excited. You should be. Football is back. Big Board Friday. Let's go.